without wasting much of your time, I would like to directly ask you the first question. Ma'am,
Yes,
if you would like to share your journey, your experience about
yes,
how you decided to enter this industry and how did you decide to have this career path, it would be great.
yes. So actually, I started my career um, with from industry only. I did my B.Pharm and M.Pharm from Dr. H.S. Gore University, Sagar, MP. That is a very, very old, but a very research oriented, and it has produced many bigs in the field of pharmacy. So many of the alumni of Dr. H.S. Gore are working in the industry, academic area, and many other areas. So I did my M.Pharm and then I joined Renbexy Laboratories Limited because I always wanted to work in the industry. So I worked there for 3 years, but later I had to shift to Mumbai after marriage. And then after some, uh, uh, means after the waiting of 1 year or 1.5 years, I decided to do PhD. Okay, I got the opportunity. I got the CSIR senior research fellowship,
Okay.
and with that, I did my PhD from Usha College of Pharmacy, SNDT Women's University, under the guidance of Dr. S.G. Deshpande. Even then, after that, also I wanted to work in the industry, but I decided to work in a particular industry, a particular company, and for that there was a waiting of 6 months. So I decided to join MET because that time there was a post here. So I joined as a lecturer here, only keeping in mind that I will join here and I'll be here only for 6 months and then later on I will jump.
Right.
But within 6 months, I have started teaching. I have started liking teaching. I started liking the environment, people, student, and everything about the academic area. So then I never wanted to go back to industry. And that was the turning point. Then what I thought, because if I am liking, then I have to develop myself. That time I was not very keen in teaching, so I had to develop myself for being a good professor, good teacher, and so I have to work on various basic concepts, fundamentals, because in the industry you are not using actually the basic
Right.
pharmacy. Or then I had developed myself. I developed and I started liking the subject, and then after some time I become a good teacher. And there only after 3.5 years or 4 years, with turn of some event, they have offered me the in charge principal post, and then I became the full-time principal here.
Okay. All right. So it was not planned, but it went
Had,
according.
yeah, it happened.
Okay. So now you can actually connect the dots backwards. That
Yes,
it's one
yes,
of the best things that could have happened to you as
yes,
well.
yes, 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 yes.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, ma'am. And ma'am, what would
Yeah.
you put, like, how would you emphasize the importance of doing M.Pharm in the current industrial scenario?
Uh, After B.Pharm also you can work in the industry, but you don't get the specialized training, specialization in a particular subject. So if, for example, if you want to do something in the research development or in the field of the production, so you'll have to do M.Pharm. And
Right.
there are various fields. There is not one field in M.Pharm. So there are various streams in M.Pharm. But if you want to work in the industry, for example, in QC and other areas, then you have to be equipped with the basic knowledge and also the practical knowledge. And
Absolutely.
because in M.Pharm you are working on particular project for a 1 year, so you get so much knowledge, and you are by that time you submit your thesis and come out as an M.Pharm postgraduate. Then you are equipped with everything, your knowledge, your techniques. You have learned so many techniques, and you have also learned how to interact with the people, because you
Right.
have to interact with the outside people also, if from the industry or from various companies. So that is very much
Absolutely.
required. And you all always, means if you are joining as a B Farm, you are always one step higher or two post higher than the B.Pharm people.
Absolutely, very true. So you also would like to encourage students to pursue their masters and not just take up jobs after B
Yes, yes.
pharmacy
I
graduation.
encourage always, I ask my student, don't sit at home or if there's some financial crisis, it's okay. Means if
Right,
it is a requirement, it's
absolutely,
okay. You can directly work after B.Pharm. There are students who have worked after B.Pharm and they have reached to heights. But it is
absolutely,
always preferable that you gain the knowledge. It
right,
never goes waste. And whether
absolutely,
you want to go in means you higher studies in any field, because if you want to go for the management, that cannot also be done. That is an open field. And but if you want to go in pharmacy, better you do M.Pharm.
absolutely, very true. Ma'am, your specialization is in pharmaceutics.
Yes,
So,
yes.
if you'd like to tell the students more about what kind of careers are available when I do an M.Pharm in pharmaceutics, what kind of a career graph am I looking at in the next 4 or 5 years down the line?
uh, in two main fields where you M.Pharm pharmaceutics person can work is the production and also research and development. These
Right,
are two, but they can go to any other area. But these are the two basic fields. So, production. So, I had come to know that the people who are from the north side, they are very open to the production, and those who are from the metro side, they don't want to work in the production because that is a very you require hard work and discipline.
right,
So that is a basic difference between the cities and the um, means the people
rural
who are from
areas.
different part of the India, different parts of
Right,
India, or from different cities. So research and development is a white collar job, but here also you have to be very very uh, means your basic knowledge in pre-formulation, formulation development, all types of the formulation, and basic knowledge in um, pharmacology, chemistry should always be there.
right,
And so that is uh, the requirement means you can go to these two fields. And I have seen people have gone to gone for QC, but it I would suggest because you are now specialized in this field, so better you work here,
right.
and you can develop your own products and you can patent them. You can uh, afterwards you can use the same patent. But these are the two areas where M.Pharm pharmaceutics person can work.
Okay, perfect. So usually Sutix is supposed to have like the highest cutoff when it comes to getting admission in M.Pharm colleges. Sutix
Yes,
has the highest cutoff. So probably because the wide range of job opportunities that are
yes,
available for Sutix students as well.
yes, yes,
Okay, perfect. And ma'am, you have handled a lot of M.Pharmacy students
yes. Okay.
over this huge
Yeah.
tenure. So,
Yes.
what are the kind of qualities that you look forward to in an M.Pharmacy student, like a student who has just given GPAT and has entered first year M.Pharmacy? So, what are the kind of how do you understand who stands where? Like, how do you gauge the students whoever enters?
So those who are joining, na? So
Right,
those who are joining, uh, basically they should have the liking. First and foremost thing is they should have the liking for the subject. If you don't like the subject, you will not try to go into the detail of each thing. Okay, you will just try to finish your degree. So uh, first thing, develop the liking. If you have the means if you don't have the liking, then develop the liking, because if you want to continue in the same field, develop
absolutely,
the liking, and then work. So there's no shortcut to the success. You'll
absolutely.
have to gain knowledge, then work practically, and don't go for manipulation. Many people, they try to take the shortcut. They manipulate the findings, and they try to show that their product is
Right.
good or whatever. And I suggest that whether you are getting a good result or not, the result which is not up to your expectation, but always report. The
Right.
negative result is also a research. Negative
Absolutely.
result helps others to not to try that. Okay,
Absolutely. Right.
so you are doing something good, even if it is negative.
Absolutely. It's like eliminating one
Yes,
round, like so that others don't make the same mistake in the
same
future.
mistake.
So
Yes.
absolutely, very true, ma'am. And ma'am, how much emphasis do you put on the importance of basic concepts, like strong concepts when it comes to M.Pharmacy, like the very root level concepts?
Very, very much important. You will see not only pre-formulation and formulation, when you develop a formulation or when you try to design, for example, sustained release formulation, or you want to develop something for the brain or for the lymphatic or some other system, you
Right,
should know the basics of biology. So
right,
if my guide always used to say that you have to be good in anatomy, physiology, biology, not only means now to, because we are developing for the humans, but if you're developing for the animal also, you have to be very good, because without considering that, if
hmm,
you are designing your product, it will
right,
be of no use.
right.
Then pharmacokinetics, biopharmaceutics, basic knowledge, very much important. And
Absolutely,
because you are doing M.Pharm, so you will get the knowledge of pre-formulation and formulation, other things.
right.
So other areas also equally important when you want to develop any product.
Absolutely, very true. Perfect. Ma'am, what message would you like to give to the students who are right now pursuing their B pharmacy? They had a tough time in the last 2 years. They had online, and now the
Yes.
transition is happening. So, any message for our students who are now facing this transition from online to offline? And I'm pretty sure most of them are finding it challenging to have this transition as well. So, a message for those students, ma'am.
Now, it is the time for them to learn, because last 2 years,
They haven't
although
done anything.
you have, I know that students could not learn anything because it was not their fault. The system itself and the online is not that effective.
Right.
Although we know that it is, we will just satisfy ourselves that they have completed B.Pharm with, but so that is a shortcut, and there's
Right.
no shortcut for the success.
Absolutely.
You have to study, you have to gain the knowledge, you have to be perfect in that particular field. So please, now 2 years got means you could not do that, but now because you are now entering into M.Pharm or any other field, please see to it that you get proper basic idea and the fundamentals of each thing.
Absolutely. So thank you so much, ma'am, for this message. I'm sure the students will have to take this down because it
Yeah.
is necessary for them to buckle up and accelerate with whatever they have missed. It is time for them to cover up whatever they have missed in the last couple of years.
Yes.
And ma'am, last question from my end. How would you define success?
Acha, success is subjective to each person, but for me, you have to rise professionally. But I would be consider myself successful if other people will remember me as a good human being.
All right.
Without good human being, there's no, means
Right.
no success. You cannot define success. So you have to be good human being, and when you are good human being, you will be good pharmacist, you will be good professional, you will be good in everything.
Absolutely. So as usually say that success is nothing without without you having people to celebrate your success with,
Yes, yes,
and having people around you requires being a good human being.
yes.
So everything absolutely perfectly said, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am, for this time.
Yes.
I am sure the
Thank you.
students will have something to take away and will try to implement, especially the students who are aspiring to become to take up masters in pharmaceutics. I'm
Yes.
sure they will take it up and will learn a lot. Thank you so much, ma'am, from the entire team from our end, and
Thank you.
wish you have a
Thank you
great day,
very
ma'am.
much.
Thanks, ma'am.
It was, I really enjoyed, huh? And all the best for your for this PharmaCAD and your venture.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It means a lot.